church, breakthroughs in your life. We have some things in our heart for this church that we are very excited about. And we're trusting God in 2015 for. And that includes in your life. So I really encourage you and challenge you to seek God and join us in this prayer and fasting. So, we're kicking off a new series today. If you haven't gathered, we've changed the decor a little bit, not quite so Christmassy. In fact, probably a little more toxic and dangerous. I promise you there isn't actually radioactive material in there, but I would not take a drink out of any of it. But we're kicking off a new series called Hazardous, and today specifically in regards to hazardous thoughts. But many of us, we have battles in our lives, things that we fight. Sometimes people, sometimes our checkbook, sometimes our employer. We have a lot of different battles that we engage with in life. And they're either won or lost right here in your mind. We're going to talk about what that looks like and how that ties into Scripture. But at the moment that you become a Christian, there's a battle that starts raging in your life. And Paul kind of talked about this in Romans chapter 7. And many of you are probably familiar with this passage. It says, why is it the things that I want to do, I don't do? The things that I don't want to do, I end up doing. Who can deliver me from this body of death? Anybody identifying with Paul a little bit right now? Like, yeah, I wanted to do the right thing, but I did the wrong thing. I didn't want to do that, but I ended up doing it anyway. Right? Paul's just being very real here. And I think it's so applicable and so very real in our lives. This battle that's raging on inside of us. So I wanted to put a little definition of this word hazardous. This word hazardous, a hazardous material, you can see on the top of your notes, is defined as any substance or material that could adversely affect the well-being of the handlers, either by itself or through interaction with other factors. Pretty dangerous things. Typically, you see these big caution signs, or you see this caution tape and stuff. You're kind of like, oh, step back a little bit, right? These things are maybe not so good for me. It's a material that's capable of causing sickness, causing death. And so many of us are being silently poisoned by all sorts of things in our lives that are hazardous for us. So we're going to spend some time over the next few weeks, and we're going to explore these things. And then we're going to be finishing this series with a big finale. And just a little hint to it, a little alluding to it is on the back of your notes today. If you got those, we will be having a lot of fun. We have the police department coming on Super Bowl Sunday, and we will be, it'll be an interesting Sunday, we'll just say that. So we'll give some more information as we plug away in the weeks to come. So we're going to talk about a couple different main topics. The first thing, obviously, today we're going to talk about hazardous thoughts. But then we're going to talk about hazardous influences that we have in our lives. We're going to talk about hazardous friendships, the people that you allow into your life that are not good people for you to allow into your life. We're going to talk about hazardous words, the things that we speak, and the power that those words carry with them, for either good or bad. And we're going to talk about hazardous religion. I don't know if any of you knew this, but the root word, the root of the word religion is actually the Greek word ligare, which actually means to bind. A lot of times people see religion as this list of do's and don'ts. And this word ligare actually comes from the story. Remember when Abraham bound up his son Isaac and sacrificed him? That's where we get this word religion from. So it's to bind. We're going to talk about hazardous religion and the dangers that come with that, and how God truly desires for us to worship Him. So I don't know about you, but for me, I tend to think negative sometimes. In fact, I've got many different negative thoughts that play over and over and over on the hard drive of my mind. Things that have been burned into my mind that I think about and I process over and over again. They play over and over again. For example, oftentimes when I would go to meet somebody really important, I would get really nervous. Anybody else get really nervous? And I get nervous that I'm going to say or do something really dumb, right? And then I would meet them, and I would say or do something really dumb. And then I would leave there saying, man, I'm really dumb. And I would beat myself up with these words and get so frustrated at myself. And then, oftentimes, even just getting up in front of a group of people. Most people do not like public speaking. And to be honest with you, I do not like public speaking. And I think it's very funny that God called me to this way to use my, to go into ministry. And I would get very nervous, very frustrated, completely losing trains of thought, stumbling all over my words. Anybody else, if we asked you to get up right now, you would just be like, no, I'm going to leave now, right? That's just what I'm going to do. And I'd be standing up here, even going through the talk, preaching a message, and I'd be like, why is that person laughing? I never said anything funny. Why is that guy over there, I'm not looking at it, why is that guy picking his nose? Or why is that person clipping their nails right now? Or that person over there is asleep, and I really wish I had this worked out. You know, and you have all these things going through your mind as you're speaking, like, man, nobody's getting anything from this. You get none, and literally just like, oh, I just got to shake that off because none of this made sense. I'll hear later, like, hey, that was great. I'm like, what were you listening to? You listen to a podcast while I was preaching? So you have these times. So I've prayed. I've been praying over this series. I've had this kind of stirring in my mind and in my heart for months now, and just finally really nailing it down. And trusting God for some great things, but really praying that the Holy Spirit would give room for the Holy Spirit to speak to your heart through this series over these next 5 weeks. Can you do that this morning? Say, just in your heart right now, Holy Spirit, just soften my heart, be prepared to receive what's coming out of your word and what you have for me in 2016, this series and so many other things. Holy Spirit, soften my heart, prepare me. Amen. So the bottom line of this message is that if you think negative thoughts, you will become a negative person. Okay? If you get nothing else from this message, if you think negative thoughts, you become a negative person. If you think like God, you will become like Christ. It doesn't get much simpler than that. That's the basics, the premise is the bottom line. Doesn't get much simpler. So, on your notes, I should say this. It's the thought that counts. Everybody say that with me. It's the thought that counts. Now, maybe not at Christmas time, right? Well, thank you, Mom and Dad, for the thought. I really wanted the present, right? It might not work at Christmas time, but in our faith, in our walk with God, it is the thought that counts. Let me say that one more time. It's the thought that counts, right? So, encourage you to take notes, follow along with this. Sorry that we ran out of bulletins. We'll make it a bit more next week, but if you're taking notes, 2 thoughts that we're going to apply into our lives today. And the first thing is we're going to identify and reject hazardous thoughts. We're going to identify and reject hazardous thoughts. Now, this is very basic, very fundamental stuff. But so often in our lives, we know what we're supposed to do. What did Paul just say? I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't really do it. So I am praying and I am challenging you to take these things that you are hearing and you put them in your heart. And you take this serious, identifying these hazards that you have. And if we read, so what we're going to do, we're going to identify any thoughts that are inconsistent with God's truth. Okay, God's truth is our standard. This is the standard that I guide my life on. Now, you can make it up as you go if you want. And I have no idea where you're going to end up. But when I see Jesus' life, and I see the way he lived, the way he spoke, the things he did, I love the comment, the thing that was on Facebook. It says, basically talks about you won't believe something that's written by people that lived 2,000 years ago about things that happened 2,000 years ago. Well, you believe a guy from 2015 that writes about 4 billion years ago? You know the irony in that? I believe the things that were written here. The validity of Scripture, the means in which the Scriptures were tested and proven based on the several criteria for authenticating Scripture. I believe the words that are in it. I believe that they are good for guiding my life. And I'm going to identify anything that's inconsistent with God's truth and ultimately reject those lies. Nobody wants to keep believing a lie, do they? Like, as soon as you find out something's a lie, then ditch that, right? Get rid of it. If I find out a certain product is junk or bad for me, get rid of it, except Mountain Dew. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23 says, "Carefully guard your thoughts, because they are the source of life." That's a pretty big deal. The thoughts of guard your thoughts because they are the source of true life. Our thoughts drive our lives. As a person thinks in his heart, so he is. You heard that before? As a person thinks in his heart, so he is. Rather than meditating on anything that is contrary to God's word, we're going to stop and guard our minds against anything that's a lie and not let it into our brains. But in order to know what those things are, we have to take the time to figure out what's the truth and what's a lie. To identify what's hazardous and what's helpful. And being intentional about that. I love what it says here in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 4 to 5. It says, "The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of this world. On the contrary, they have divine power." I'll stop there for just a second. Many of you are familiar with this. We've used this word before. That word power in the Greek is the word dunamis. It's that same word that we use for dynamite. It's that explosive power. And you think of an explosion going off. It's not just little bit of power, okay? We're not talking about my minivan. We're talking about like super trucks, right? Power. You know, we're right? Yeah, powerful stuff. And so we're talking, this explosive power of God. And it goes on. It says to demolish strongholds. To demolish strongholds. Now, this isn't a very important word. This is a word worth circling in your Bible, and then in the column to write this down. Because in the Greek, that word is translated from this word. I'm going to butcher this one. I practiced this. Anybody else really bad at it? Right? So this umora. Is this word that is used in Greek, and it literally means a prisoner locked by deception. That there's certain things in our life that we are locked in and deceived by. Now I pray that as we are talking about this, my prayer is that the Holy Spirit begins to reveal certain things in your life, whether it's certain kinds of media, whether it's certain types of movies, or food, or different things that you're doing in your life that literally have you like a prisoner, held in these locked in deception. Now you realize what deception is, right? Deception is this concept that you think it's good and it's really not. Because if you knew that it was bad, would you be doing it? Maybe not intentionally, not on purpose. You try this stuff, but the whole point is you don't know yet that it's that. And it's coming to that point of recognizing and realizing what the truth is. So it continues here. We demolish arguments and every pretension. Love that word, pretension. I didn't actually really know much about it until I looked it up recently. And it means this, things that are falsely elevated in value. Like houses 15 years ago, right? Maybe not even that long ago. Falsely elevated value. And there's other things in our life that we elevate them as being important. And they absolutely have zero value. You gotta look at that, and you're like, oh God, please help me with this. And God's like, why? Why are you even obsessed about that? Knock it off. And you're like, please, God, please help me with this. Like, no, that's ridiculous. I don't want that to be a part of your life. You know, please, God, help me accomplish level 17 on whatever video game you're playing. Turns out Black Ops isn't sneaking around in your yard anymore at night. It's actually a video game. Please, God, help me accomplish yes, we're talking about that. God doesn't care about your video game, I'm sorry. Or how many likes you have on Facebook, I'm sorry. So, God, give me more friends on Facebook. He's like, no, well, maybe I'll introduce you to a few more people that you can actually be friends and acknowledge to. God has a different perspective on a lot of things. But so many people today, this is the thing, so many people today are not becoming who God wants you to be because you're locked in lies of deception and bad thinking in your life. You believe something about yourself that is not true. And you're following pretentious things that are elevated value that really do not matter. So we're not going to replay old recordings that are not true, like I would do in my mind about public speaking or being around people that I see is really important. We're not going to think on those things that hurt or break the heart of God. Instead, we're going to carefully guard our hearts, we're going to guard our minds and our thoughts, and take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. So now here's what we're going to do. I've got a little exercise for you. You got a couple words on the screen, you got them in your handouts, and we're going to work through this. We're going to identify some areas that we're a little vulnerable in. So I've been praying about this all week, that God would really allow you to be honest in your heart about where you're standing. I, for one, battle with negative thoughts. Struggle about having the right perspective on things. And others of you, anybody know somebody who's like ridiculously, overly positive, always cheerful, like, man, what's wrong with you? Right? Almost, if you're already a negative person and you're around one of those people, they just make you even more miserable almost. Like, man, this happiness that you have is just disgusting. They're like, I'm so happy, right? Things are good, things are always good, and the negative person's like, no, they're not. And they're just going to get worse. Right? And some of you know negative people like that as well. In fact, the first thing that we're going to look at is negative thoughts. Okay. So, if this applies to you, I want you to put a check in the box. As soon as I said check, some of you just went check. I don't need to hear anything. I know this applies to me, right? So think about this with me, though. Negative thoughts. You think this. Have you ever thought this before? I don't have what it takes. I'm never going to be good enough. No matter how hard I try, I just can't measure up. This other person is better than me. I give, and everybody else just always takes. They have the gift of taking. It's not fair. So be honest. If that applies to you, check that box. Some of you didn't check the box. You circle the word, and you just like a black mark all over your page now. The next word, fearful thoughts. It's so easy to worry today with the economy, with terrorists, with the end time stuff that people talk about. It's so easy to be afraid. You get afraid because you're not married yet. You're afraid you're never going to get married, or you're not feeling safe for some reason, or your kids. You just feel like you need to bubble wrap your kids, right? Bubble wrap those things, or you look at your cat and you think it's out to kill you, only to realize it actually is.
Hey, we're in church.
I actually, maybe you tracted me on this one, but I've experienced it where Mel says I am going to be home at 8 o'clock at night from work, and it comes up on 9, and I'm like, being kind of freaking out a little bit on the inside, like, did she die? Did she die? I'm going to have to keep on myself. We have to sell the house, we're going to have to live in a cardboard box, everything's going to fall apart, and then finally she comes she comes to the house, and oh, thank you, Lord, she didn't die. Anybody else feel like that about your spouse sometimes? So if that's you, you got those fearful thoughts, put a check there. The next one is discontented thoughts. Some of you just already checked that. I don't like my body. My hair doesn't look good. I don't like the way I look. I'm not attractive. I can't be happy unless I'm dating someone. I can't be happy unless I'm married. And some people it goes even further. I married the wrong person. I wish my husband or my wife was more like that person. Better spiritual leader, better provider. I wish my wife wouldn't nag me all the time. Nag. Guys, I'm warning you, do not say amen to that. You will be in trouble today. Some people are like, man, my kids are so bad. I wish they'd be 8. Or I wish I had different ones. Their kids are pretty good. Can I have those ones? So we have these different things that we feel discontented about. I wish that I had a nicer car. I wish I had a walk-in closet. I wish I had this. Or I wish I had that. We have these discontented thoughts. So be honest, if that applies to you, check the box. And then finally, critical thoughts. We see somebody and we're like, man, I would never do that. My goodness, who does he think he is? Or can you believe the way she dresses? Or can you believe what he said? Or how dare her flaunt stuff like that? And we begin to have these critical thoughts. How many of you know somebody who's really critical? Raise your hand. You know somebody who's really critical. The thing is, you're being really critical right now just by raising your hand. So, shame on you. I'm just messing with you with this joke. No, it's kind of a joke. People are like, I don't, and people can get even spiritual about it. They can have the spiritual gift of being critical, if you want to call it that. And they walk into church and they're like, I don't like this place. The music is too loud. The lighting isn't right. The temperature's not right. They play the wrong kind of music. I can't believe what pastors are dressed in, or anything like that. They get critical in their approach, in their mindset. And so if this is you, be honest and check that box. The Bible is very clear that we need to address the blanks in our own eyes before we can address the specks in somebody else's eye. Amen? We need to guard our thoughts because we have a choice. And the battle in the spirit world is won or lost in our mind. And if you want to find some negative things to think about, you'll find them. You make the choice. You choose to reject what is harmful and embrace what is true. That is your choice. It's not somebody else's choice. Nobody else made you a bitter, nasty, mean person. That was your own doing. No matter what circumstances you've gone through, no matter how bad, it is your choice. And how you're going to choose in response to God. At one point, we had somebody tell us that some of our friends were, well, we thought were friends, and we still use them as friends. We're talking mean things about us, saying to back and forth. And I don't know about you, but Mel and I, we value friendship. And when we heard that, we're like, no, I wouldn't do that. And we just started going down this path of really being down. It wasn't until we really had a big shift in our thinking and then started praying about it, like that. Even if they did say that about us, even if they did think that about us, we're not going to measure ourselves by that. And we're not going to find our value in that. And just begin to have a different perspective on it. And it completely changed. The thing is, if you want to find something negative about anything, guess what? You will. You can. It's easy. If you want to find some reason to be faith-filled, you can. If you want to find a reason to be critical about other people, don't worry, that is easy. I don't think it takes a very intelligent mind to be critical. In fact, you want to criticize this church? Don't bother. I can criticize 1,000 times more effectively about this church than you can. Okay? I know all the faults. I know all of our flaws and the things that we're working on, the things that we don't do right. So, those are those kind of things that you just start praying about. God, help me with this. Help me work through this. Help me figure this out. Or become part of the solution. We don't need to hear just more criticism without providing some kind of solution. And say, hey, I can help. I can be a helper in this thing. So don't waste your time just criticizing. If you want to be contented, don't worry. It's really easy to be discontented. There's always somebody who has more than you. In fact, I don't remember which Hollywood star it was that was like in depression because some other Hollywood star had a bigger mansion than she did. Isn't that messed up? Oh my, the problems rich people have, right? When most of the world is fortunate even to have a roof over their head. So, but if you want to be thankful, you will find a reason to be thankful and to count your tremendous blessings every day of your life. You will find whatever you go looking for. In fact, I like this illustration. It's the difference between a hummingbird and what do you call those things? Vultures. Hummingbird has got its wings going like this, just like crazy, right? 40,000 times a second. They're just going nuts. In fact, I think they're the only bird that can actually fly backwards, right? They're amazing little birds, right? And then you've got vultures. You're kind of this lazy, boring animal, right? But what does the hummingbird go out and find every day? Sweet nectar. It finds sweet things every single day. And what does a vulture go out and find every day? Dead things. So the hummingbird goes out and finds sweet things every day. And the vulture finds dead things every day. It just depends on what you're looking for. And some of you need to let that sink in for a second. What has been my focus? What have I been going out and looking for? And it should be a wake-up call for some of you. Man, my focus has been wrong. Now, are there things that need to be fixed and adjusted and sometimes evaluated? Of course there are. But your attitude and how you do it is so important. I love this. If you read this with me out of Jeremiah chapter 12, it says, "Yet you, O Lord, that you know me, O Lord, you see me, and you test my thoughts about you." I'm going to be honest with you, it's not my job to judge your thoughts and how you interact with people. It's right here. The Lord knows. He knows the true condition of your heart. He knows what's going on there. And just because you put on your Sunday best and you come to church looking like you got it together, God knows what's truly going on in your heart. You cannot hide this from Him. No religiosity and no nice clothes or raising your hands in worship service makes you more holy. It's your heart in connection with God's. But I love how this verse keeps going. Because I desire for any inconsistency between me and God to be gone. And I pray that over every one of you. If there is things that need to be worked on in your life, work on it before you try to work on anybody else. Amen? Man, God, there's things that I've got to work on. Help me work on these things. So by my example, other people say, hey, how did that happen in your life? What did you do? What did God do in your life to work that through? So, here's the thing that I want to do with my thoughts. They don't honor God. You continue this verse. It says, drag them off like sheep to be butchered. Isn't that great? Set them apart for the day of slaughter. Anything, if you look at those lists of things, those negative thoughts, those spiritual thoughts, those discontented thoughts, and those critical thoughts, God dragged them off like sheep to be slaughtered. Right? Verse like sheep to live, easy for me to say. Like sheep to be butchered. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to identify and reject any hazardous thoughts. Anything that enters the mind that's inconsistent with the heart of God, and we're going to take it and we're going to reject it. And we're not going to meditate on it, because as we think, we become, right? So you're obsessed with these critical things. Oh my goodness, this is negative, this spiritual. And rather than thinking on those things, you reject those. And instead, our second thing here is replace hazardous thoughts with God's truth. Replace it with God's truth. I pray that all week long, and all month long, and all year long, with all that matters, for the rest of your life, that the Holy Spirit would bring to your memory any of those areas that are prone to hazardous thinking, and to help you identify those things and remove them, and to stop and say, no, I reject that. And it's good. It's healthy to say, I reject that stinking thinking. Right? This is bad for me. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live a negative, unhappy life. Right? I like having a smile on my face. I like knowing that I have hope no matter what's going on around me. In fact, Philippians 4:7-8 should be a section of scripture that every person memorizes. You commit to your heart. You commit to your thinking. It says this, the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. What are we supposed to do with those things? Think on them. Because as you think, you will become. Are you a hummingbird or a vulture? Which one are you thinking on? Whatever is pure, think about it. Whatever is lovely, think about it. Whatever is noble, think about it. Meditate on it. Let it infuse your mind. Right? Like taking, I love Kool-Aid. No idea where that thought came from. I love Kool-Aid. When I make Kool-Aid, I take some of that good sweet powder, which is actually really yummy to take. Anybody else done that? Okay. Honest people. I love taking and pouring that in there in that water and infusing that water with that good sweetness right there, whatever flavor it is, right? And it literally, can you separate that water from that Kool-Aid? God, you're evil, right? And literally that water becomes that Kool-Aid with a whole bunch of goodness. I've never seen my new illustration for making people somebody did it. Oh man, Kool-Aid. But it literally, it infuses, it becomes a part, and I want for every person in this room that you become infused with pure thinking. That you become infused with thinking on things that are admirable, that are right, that are noble, that are true, that are lovely. Where people want to be around you. Think, if you don't have a lot of friends right now, it might be because you're not very friendly. If you don't have a lot of people loving you right now, it might be because you're not very loving in return. What are the words that are coming out of your mouth? Check every word that comes out of your mouth. Why? Because it's a reflection of your heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, what? The mouth speaks. So if you find yourself having profanity come out, it's because you have that in your heart. If you find yourself having perverse jokes come out of your mouth, it's because your heart is bent towards being perverse. If you find yourself thinking about stealing or cheating or lying, it's because that's in your heart. And the scripture is saying, and we're talking about, those things are hazardous to your health, specifically your spiritual health. They're destructive, they're dangerous, and get this. If I chose to be a vulture, and I started thinking critically, I'm always looking for the dead thing, is that going to affect my family? Absolutely. It doesn't just affect me. It affects all of them. And sometimes, parents, if you wonder why your kids are turning out the way they're turning out, sometimes you can look at your own heart and your own actions. Now, I'm not saying all the time. At one point, you have that one kid, right? You got a crazy uncle, right? That's another story. But for the most part, if you wonder what's going on with your kids, now I don't want you looking around and thinking, well, this really applies to that person. I'm so glad they're sitting in church today, or I wish they were here. I want you to be thinking about your own heart and your own life. God, how do you want to transform me? What areas am I being a vulture? And I need to I don't know very well. What areas, God, do you want to transform me in? What areas have I been doing this wrong? Because I'm going to be honest with you, there is not a single perfect person in this world. We all have something to work on. We all have areas to grow. The problem is some of you, and sometimes me in different areas of our life, we let pride and arrogance and stubbornness get in the way. And what does the Bible say about pride? Something from Paul. And most of us don't like being around prideful and arrogant people, do we? Unteachable people. God, make me a teachable person. Help me see the things that I've been doing wrong. Think about it. Help me renew my mind. We posted several exchange students. We posted an exchange student. You had an exchange student in your house. Or you know an exchange student. Okay, high school or whatever, right? Now, when they first come, are they really good at English? Usually not, right? And the thing is, this is what usually happens. And it really happened to me when I try and speak Spanish, because I'm terrible at it. I'm worse in German. All of our exchange students laugh, quite vigorously, actually. And you probably attest to this, Leslie, that when you first start learning, or you come to English, you hear in English, you translate to German, and then you translate back to English, and then you speak it. And often, when you first start, the conversations are really uncomfortable. Because they're really challenging. Because you haven't become fluent with the language yet. Then after a while of being immersed in that way of thinking, pretty soon you don't have to translate to German anymore. It's English, hearing English, thinking English, speaking English. It just becomes natural. Have you dreamt in English yet? Not yet. Not yet, okay. And that was always fun to hear the first time our exchange students would actually dream in English. And it literally becomes infused in that. It takes a while. And the same thing applies to this. You go, okay, I'm going to be chipper and happy and fun-loving from this point forward. And you're going to go home and something bad's going to happen. And something's going to slip out of your mouth and you're going to break your foot in the garage. And you're going to get mad, right? And you're like, that didn't last very long. And you give up on it. And that happens to a lot of people. This takes time to begin to grow into the spiritual disciplines. They're literally fruit of the Spirit. Thinking on things that are true and noble, right? That is a help that the Holy Spirit does in your life. And it is a wonderful help. It is a wonderful way to begin thinking. To literally begin to reprogram and retrain our brains with the help and guidance of the Holy Spirit. Where when somebody speaks a lie to us, when somebody speaks critical to us, at first we hear them, and we hear a lie. But then, after a while, we begin to hear that, and say, that's not really what's being said. I choose to reject that, and instead I'm going to replace it with the truth. What the real truth is, and I think on the truth, and I meditate on the truth. And I'm not sure I believe the truth yet. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to translate that. I'm still trying to process that. But after a while, I don't have to translate lie to truth to understand that. I just hear a lie and speak the truth. That's wrong. I reject that. And pretty soon that becomes a natural language for you. And that is our desire for every single person, that you begin to learn the language. That you begin to connect with the Spirit on what's true and what's a lie, what's pure and what's not. Is being a Christian about a list of do's and don'ts? No. Being a Christian is, what can I do to honor and glorify God? What can I do to think like Him? And anything in my life that inhibits me, it's not don't do that, it's I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be part of my life. And begin to have that shift. No, you can't go to radar movie. I don't want to go to radar movie. No, you can't listen to that song. It's not about that. It's, I don't want to listen to that song because it's going to get my mind going down some messed up, perverted path that I don't want my mind on because I don't want to become that. Amen? It's about our heart. It's not about a list of do's and don'ts. Now, the Bible has established a basic median line. This is a good platform to start from. But even with that, I think that our lives should go further in our walk with God. And never just justify, well, is that a sin? That should never be the first question. The first question should be, does it help my walk with God? Does it draw me closer to Him? Does it help me? Is it a lie? You know, I believe lies for quite some time. In fact, I used to believe that I'll never have a real life outside of church because running a church can be all-encompassing. And some of you are like, well, I thought you only work on Sundays. Thank you for the consideration. It actually takes a little bit more work than that to make all of this happen, and there's a lot involved. But, you know, between Mel and many other people that have literally looked at me and said, stop having a pity party and put on your big boy pants, right? And literally just begin to think different about what God can do in my life, in my family's life. I'm not going to be the cliche pastor's family with rebellious kids. And a church that's out critical of every step and action my kids take. I reject that. I'm going to love my kids. I'm going to lead them in the Lord. I'm going to pray over them every single night. And I'm going to trust God with them. And that's all I can do. Speak if they're right. Some people, you've been accepting lies for way too long. You've been accepting a lie that you're too bad at. After everything I've done, all the mistakes I've made, I could never make a difference. Answer to that? No. I reject that line of thinking. Everything bad always happens to me. Right? Always happens to me. Bad stuff happens to me. No. I have a good God who's working good things for all those who love Him. And we're called according to His good purpose. Some of you think, I'm never going to overcome. I'm always going to be addicted, or I'm always going to be stuck. No! Stop believing. Some of you literally just need to identify some hazardous thinking in your life and say, no! I reject that. That is not me. That is not who I am. What is that song we were saying? I am a child of God. I am not a loser. I reject that. I am an overcomer by the blood of the Lamb and the word of His testimony. I am who God has called me to be. And some of you, well, we're never going to get out of debt. We've dug ourselves too deep of a hole. We are stuck here. Once again, what's the answer to that? No! Stop believing that. Go check out Dave Ramsey's debt-free screams. Anybody ever heard those before? The people who get debt-free, and they have a screaming party on it. It's really cool. They give their testimony, and then they scream. So, the thing is, we should have no debt remaining except the continual debt of love. That's the only debt you have. Not money debt. God can help you overcome that. It's just money. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will attest and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Does anybody in this place today want to live in God's good, pleasing, and perfect will? I don't know about you, but that's exactly where I want to be. I do not want to be anywhere else. That's exactly the place to be sitting. The thing is that renewing, that Greek word, the anakinesos, is a renewal. It's a renovation. It's to make better than new. When the recordings of the past play, you wipe them clean, and you let the Word of God totally renew your mind and make it better than it was. Make it better than it was, because your thoughts really do matter. That music that you listen to really does affect you. Those movies you watch, they really do affect you. Good or bad. Those words that you speak, those things that you repeat in your mind, they really do matter, because the weapons that we fight with, 2 Corinthians chapter 10, the weapons we fight with are not weapons of this world. And if you think that all you have is all you can manipulate, you're fighting with the wrong weapons. Our weapons are not of this world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. Don't try to fix your spouse. Lift them up in prayer. Don't try to fix your kids. Parent them, love them, and lift them before the Lord. Speak light, not death. Don't worry, your kids get enough criticism. They don't need you to criticize them all the time. Your spouse gets enough criticism. They don't need you to criticize them all the time. Speak light, encourage them, lead them, and role model for them. And we demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. Please stand with me, let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you that we don't have to live down, that we don't have to live negative, that, Father, that you have joy for us, that you have peace for us, no matter what we are going through. There's some people in this room that feel stuck, that feel so limited, that feel that they can't get out, but you have hope. Father, I pray that you help us to turn our eyes off of these things that are so hazardous and destructive and toxic to us. Father, help us to turn our eyes off of the negative, off of the fearful, off of the discontented, off of the critical. Lord, give us your heart. If you're here this morning, and that is your prayer, you identify it, or you're thinking about things in your life, and you're like, yeah, I've been doing nothing but comparing. I've been critical. I've been discontent on that. If you just lift your hand up to the Lord right now, or both hands, it's like, yeah, that's me. Thank you that we are an honest church here this morning. Honest people that make mistakes and are messed up in so many ways. But the awesome thing is we serve a God who overcomes. Whatever it is that you have in your heart, because every one of us is different. So don't try to transpose whatever you're going through on somebody else. God, work on my heart. Work on my heart, God. Transform me from the inside out. Make me new. Make me better for you, Jesus. Take this criticalness. Take this yearning for more stuff and transform it into a yearning for you. Jesus, here I am. I lift my hands before you, crying out in desperation. I need more of you. Like Francis Chan said in that offering video. All I have to do is be in your presence. Spend more time with you, and you begin to change. You keep me safe. You begin to work things out. Father, here I am. And I surrender myself before you.